content update. As we kind of creep towards the end of the year, I felt like it was time for another update, and we got a lot going on. So the end of the year is probably gonna be pretty solid, and I mean, I've already scheduled things for 2023, which is an absolutely insane thought that we're entering 2023 and have already planned out some of the stuff that's going on then, because there's a lot coming. But the first thing I want to update everyone on is Patreon. We don't talk about Patreon a lot. We don't promote it much. We put it in like a pinned comment in all of our videos, but we're making a bigger push on Patreon these days. We posted a really big, huge goal, and it's something that could be really massive. It could have a really big impact on us personally and y'all and the content in general. And as I'm speaking now, we are about halfway to that goal. And if we could hit that goal, maintain that goal, we might be talking about something really exciting and really big for the future of everything that Nikki and I are doing. Some thoughts about what we do over there. We do have a plan to upgrade it. It is a focus. It is a thought. I think about it every day. The Last Kingdom, for example, we just posted season 2, episode 4. So we're about 3 weeks ahead of the content on Patreon currently for The Last Kingdom. If you're interested in any of the stuff that I'm talking about, there should be links to everything down below, of course. We want to do patron-only live streams. Obviously, the channel, the reaction channel, is the bread and butter. It's our baby. It's the #1 focus. Everything goes through that. But Patreon is also a very big part of all of that and a very important aspect of that. So if you haven't checked out our Patreon before, just go check it out and see what you think. And they actually updated something which is really cool too. So now, before, if you signed up on like the 25th, you would get charged, and then they would charge you again on the 1st because that was their billing cycle. They got rid of that. So you get billed on the day you signed up every month. So if you signed up on the 25th, you'll get billed next month the 25th, which I think is a really cool addition to their billing cycle, because not everyone reads the fine print. Not everyone sees that like, oh, I signed up at the end of the month and then I'm getting charged again at the beginning of the month. I think that's a really big thing. Obviously, we could talk about the podcast, which is back. Nikki and I are cranking that bad boy out. We're doing it every Wednesday live on the live channel. And right now the focus is Game of Thrones. And we obviously want to expand that. We love having these moments of hanging out, chatting, talking about the things that we love. So again, link to that down below. The Walking Dead returns on Sunday. This is going to be a really tricky thing with our schedule, and let me try to explain why. Obviously, The Walking Dead, it's the last 8 episodes, weekly release, but it's the last 8 episodes of the show outside of the 14 spin-offs and other shows that they have coming. But for now, because we are watching House of the Dragons on Sunday and Walking Dead releases on Sunday, we're going to be watching The Walking Dead on Monday and getting it posted as soon as possible. Once the House of Dragons is over, which is 4 more episodes as I'm speaking to you now, we'll move The Walking Dead back to Sunday and then get it out as soon as possible. It's unfortunate that AMC all of a sudden made the decision to not drop the episodes early. All of a sudden they're protecting spoilers, I guess. But that made it really easy because we could drop the episode and the reaction as soon as the episode aired and was over. It's one of those things where once House of the Dragons is over, we'll get back to a more normal schedule for The Walking Dead. And because of The Walking Dead's return, we now have a semi-overloaded schedule. If you guys didn't know, I've got a full-time job. I'm insanely busy with that. We got 2 kids. Nikki's insanely busy with that, all the extracurricular activities they have and all that stuff going on. So the unfortunate situation is the Sandman might have to kind of be more of a sporadic, paused type of reaction situation. We've got a handful of episodes left in that show, but it was something that we started. We probably shouldn't have, just because of our schedules. It's not that we don't love the show. Absolutely loving that show. It is so unique. It is so interesting. It is so cool. But other shows need to take priority right now. And obviously we're not gonna pause The Walking Dead's last episodes ever or put anything else on pause, because everything that we're watching right now is considered a legacy show. Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, Cobra Kai, and we're into The Last Kingdom. So that's just a lot right now. And to be honest, WBTV's back up to their old tricks again. I don't know what happened with them, but everything was cool during Peacemaker, but now they're kind of being jerks again with the Sandman. So just keep your eyes open for Sandman content. Try to watch it as much as possible. We have to get through the Cobra Kai, and the moment one thing ends, Sandman's right back. Whether we get through Cobra Kai first or House of the Dragon ends or whatever. We'll get back to it as soon as possible. And then one of the last small pieces of content news is Andor reactions aren't happening. I'm doing watch-alongs with them at the release, so basically midnight doing live streams to watch along with the community. We're also not doing reactions to She-Hulk. Andor is awesome, having a blast watching it with the community, those who show up. The Rings of Power, the show is on the list along with Midnight Club. I don't know if we're gonna get to them. This is the first time the end of the year looks kind of light, so we might actually try to take advantage and enjoy like the holidays with the family instead of being stressed out about posting content, because there's always shows dropping around Christmas and New Year's and stuff. So we'll see. The thing about Rings of Power is by the time we have the availability to get to it, it's gonna be a heavy load just because of how long the episodes are. I don't know if we're gonna be able to fit that into the schedule. And it's not something I wanna try to cram in at the end of the year kind of thing either, if that makes sense. The next new thing that we have to do, we have to get to the Pacific this year. We've been talking about the Pacific for a while. I think the Pacific is gonna happen in 2022. We'll see. October is gonna be nuts, and then things are gonna lighten up in November, and then November, December are gonna be pretty light. So we'll be seeing what kind of options we have there. So yeah, that's basically the update.